Hello, welcome to my channel. In the class 12 we are discussing the magnetic effect of current. In the previous video we have discussed the Lorentz force. What is Lorentz force? That is force acting on a charged particle moving in magnetic field, and it is zero when charged particle moves parallel to the field. We have discussed the force is direction, when it is maximum and when it is minimum. Today we will discuss the motion of charged particle in magnetic field when it moves perpendicular to the field and when any direction from the field. We will continue, and before continuation I would like to say that please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Also concentrate and focus on the video till last to have better knowledge of force. You know, in the previous video we have discussed the force, Lorentz force, and its formula QVB sin theta. We discussed about the magnetic field. Look here that magnetic field is also defined as force upon Q into V. Why? Because Lorentz force is the force which acts perpendicular to the V and B, velocity of charged particle and direction of magnetic field. And when this force becomes zero when the V is parallel to B. Parallel to B means V and B are at zero angle, parallel. So at zero angle, theta 0, theta is the angle between V and B. So Lorentz force is zero. No force acts when the charged particle moves parallel to magnetic field. And when it moves in any of the direction, then what do we get? V sin theta and this B, these two B and V sin theta, they are perpendicular and the force is perpendicular to that. So force is perpendicular to V, force is perpendicular to B, and force is given by the formula magnitude of force is this, and in the vector term this. You know, vector cross product. So its direction given by thumb rule, curling of the finger from V towards B, and thumb gives the direction of Lorentz force. Also by Fleming's left hand rule, this is magnetic field, left hand's forefinger, middle finger, direction of velocity of charged particle, positive charged particle, and this is the direction of force. So we have seen that if the force acts only, it does not act when the V and B are parallel, and for rest of the cases force acts but acts perpendicularly. So what happens? Force acts perpendicular to the motion of the charged particle. What does it mean? That is, it does not change the kinetic energy of the charged particle. It does not change the speed of the charged particle. It can accelerate the charged particle only because acceleration is vector quantity. It requires direction also. So direction can be changed but not the magnitude of velocity. Magnitude of velocity is speed. That is why we say that Lorentz force does not change the velocity of the charged particle, does not change the speed of the charged particle, and it changes only the direction of motion of the charged particle moving in magnetic field. Today we will discuss the two cases when the charged particle moves perpendicular to the field. How? Let us discuss that if a charged particle, whenever I say the charged particle, it means I am saying the positive charged particle. So if we write here that motion of charged particle is Q in perpendicular to magnetic field B. So that is first case, motion of charged particle in magnetic field, and then first case we will discuss that in magnetic field B, First case is that its velocity is perpendicular to the magnetic field. What I have taken, that suppose the magnetic field is uniform and directed perpendicular to the plane of this board. You can say, if you are reading in the book, that plane of the page, downwards, inwards. You know, this cross means that the magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane inwards. And in this uniform magnetic field, if any of the charged particle, its velocity is perpendicular to the magnetic field direction. You know, when V and B are perpendicular, what is the formula of force? The force is acting always perpendicular to the plane of V and B, and this force becomes maximum if V is perpendicular to B, then F becomes F maximum, and F is perpendicular to V and B. How will you show? This F and V, B all are vector. So look here, this is the magnetic field. If a positive charged particle enters the magnetic field and it is the velocity of charged particle here. Suppose this is the velocity of charged particle. What we observe, that since force is always perpendicular to the velocity, that is, its speed is perpendicular to B and force is perpendicular to this. How can you say here that which two quantities will be in the same plane? That is why I have taken B in the perpendicular inward direction. So B is perpendicular inward direction, then V and F both will be in the same plane. How will you decide that what will be the direction of force acting on the charged particle? This is the charged particle. Suppose this charge is Q. How will you decide? Using Fleming's left hand rule. Look, my finger, this denotes the magnetic field and middle finger denotes the velocity. So this is the direction of thumb, that is perpendicular to the velocity in the upward direction. So in this way you have to decide that what will be the direction of force acting on the charged particle moving perpendicular to the uniform magnetic field. So what will be the path of charged particle, because force is always perpendicular to the path, perpendicular to the motion. So what will be the velocity and the path traced by the charged particle? That path will be a circle, because you know in the class 11th you have read the circular motion. In the circle, centripetal force acts, and this centripetal force is always directed towards center. That's why its name is centripetal force. So look here, that at this charged particle moving right angle to the B, force is right angle to the V, and this angle is 90 degree. So this is the direction of motion of charged particle. That is, the path traced by the charged particle is circle in the anti-clockwise direction. What you will learn from this, that centripetal force always given by mv square upon r. R is the radius of circular path. So before that, this force acts in the perpendicular direction at each of the path. That is why the charge is deflected, and everywhere force is always towards the center. So in this way you find that the path becomes circular, and required centripetal force is obtained from where? From Lorentz force. That is, here you have read force is maximum. So Lorentz force maximum value, that is QVB, because sin theta, sin 90 is 1. V and B, theta is angle between velocity and magnetic field. So if you write F equal to F q v b sin theta and F maximum sin 90, so only q v b. What you observe here, that the radius of the circular path can be given by this r equal to, what will you write? This v and v will be cancelled. So q b, this mv upon qb, this will be the radius of circular path. And so many questions are asked from this. How? Number 1, radius of circular path is directly proportional to which term? Momentum. Momentum is mv. Conceptual questions based on this. Second thing, radius of the circular path is inversely proportional to the specific charge. You know what do you mean by specific charge? Specific charge means q by m. So here this is m by q, so inversely proportional to. And what happens, that if in the one revolution, suppose the time taken is t, time taken by charged particle to complete one revolution is t, then how will you write t? T is 2 pi r upon v. And one question is asked that prove that time period is independent of velocity. So you may get confusion here that it is v. No, time period is independent of velocity. How? More will be velocity, then more will be radius. Here radius is dependent on v and time period is independent of velocity. How? Put the value of r here. So you will get 2 pi and in place of r you will write here mv upon qb, and this v is cancelled. So what is the time period of the charged particle? You have seen that time period of the charged particle is independent of velocity and it is given by t equal to 2 pi m upon qb. This is also asked that prove that time period is independent of velocity of the charged particle when it moves perpendicular to the magnetic field. Secondly, so many questions to compare the radius of the circular path. How? Look here, that if there is the path like this and another path like this, this is the smaller path. Suppose the charged particle's velocity is here v1 and here charged particle velocity is v2. Then how will you find that v2 is greater or v1 from this relation? Two identical charged particles. So identical charged particle moving in the same magnetic field. If it is written in the question, then identical charged particle moving in the same magnetic field, look, m, q, b are same, then what is r and v? Directly proportional. More will be velocity, more will be the radius. So in this way the questions are asked that which particle will move at the with the longer radial circular path, with the larger velocity or lesser one. So what will you prove here? That r is proportional to v if m, q and b, these all are constant. Another way to ask the question, that if alpha particle and proton, you know alpha particle is helium nuclei, then charge is twice of electron, that is twice proton charge, same 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, and mass is 4m. For proton only q and m. So you will decide which will move at the longer radii path. So in this way the radius of circular path is decided. Also, to find the kinetic energy, you know the kinetic energy is never changed because the v perpendicular to b means the force is always maximum and path is a constant radii circular motion. So you know half m v square kinetic energy. And what is v? From this relation, that is r equal to mv upon qb. then what will be V? QBR upon M. So what will you put here? You will get kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is half M into Q square B square R square upon M square. This M will be cancelled. So look here, this is the expression for kinetic energy of the charged particle moving perpendicular to a uniform magnetic field. In the next video, I will further discuss if the charged particle moves at certain angle with the magnetic field, then what will happen. Thank you.